This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Puma travel trailer, model number 31 RLQS. Okay, and this is a how-to video, so I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay, first of all, you have power stabilizer jacks, extend and retract, very simple. Never overextend them. You're just going to steady the trailer. You're not going to pick it up off the ground. Okay. You also have a quick connect LP fitting down here in case you want to add a grill or griddle onto it. Okay, just make sure you get one with the right pressure in it if you're going to purchase a new one. Okay, so right here, this hole right here, okay, there's going to be a few of them, and basically what it's telling you, I'm going to come around the side so you can see it, but let me see here if I can get there from here. All right, so see, if you see that shaft right there, it's a shaft with a pin through it. Okay, well, you can crank that and you can actually put the slide rooms out manually or in manually if you have an emergency. So let me walk you back here, up here, and see what we've got here. Okay. Well, let me try another one. Try here. Well, that's a fine howdy doody. Well, I tell you what, you're going to have a crank because it might be under the bed in there, we'll look. But you have the hole here, and there's a shaft back there, so the crank on this side operates a slide out on the other side, so keep that in mind. Also, with the same crank, you can see your stabilizer jacks on the off-door side. They have a pin, or a shaft with a pin through it. You can also use the same crank to crank those up and down in an emergency. Okay, I'll look around inside, and if not, I'll put a crank in there for you. So those are some good features just in case you get into trouble. Okay. You also have a power awning with LED strip. Your stairs have adjustable legs on them. You can adjust them independently of each other. You just push up on this metal piece right there and adjust it to the terrain. It has to be flat enough here so the door closes easily. If you have it up, for example, it'll snag with the door, and you'll have to lower it a bit, so keep that in mind. There's the other hole for the other slide room. Now this is a fresh water fill. The most common way to get water to the trailer is through the city water hookup. So if you don't have city water on the campground, let's say you're at a campground without plumbing, and like some of the older state parks have a fill station when you first go in. Either way, if you don't have city water, you can pre-fill this tank here and use the onboard pump to pump the water. All right, that's just power there. Your front stabilizer switch. The rear, like I said, the rear controls both. One switch controls both rear stabilizers. One switch controls both front stabilizers. This is your hitch. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Also, this area here, we can access it from inside the trailer, but this is plumbed and wired to put a washer dryer in here, so you can put a stackable washer dryer in here if you choose, and you always have that option. Otherwise, you can just use it as storage. This is just in case you have you purchase a solar panel to charge the battery. It's an add-on, but it would just, if you plugged it in here, it would just charge the battery with a portable solar panel. Okay, that one's Go Power. So, okay. Excuse me, fellas. Excuse me, coming through. Okay, hold on, please. Now, your power tongue jack, it has up and down, obviously, extend and retract, and then it has a light on it. Keep in mind that if you have a problem with this one, you can pull this rubber plug out of the top, and it uses a 3/4 inch socket, a 6.75 inch socket or crank, and you can actually crank it up and down in an emergency. So you can operate the slide outs in an emergency. the power stabilizer jacks, and also your tongue jack in manually. Okay, so you have 2 tanks, obviously a deep cycle marine battery. This is the kill switch right here. You can shut the battery right off if you choose to. This right here is your water heater. I'll take this off and set it down here. So this works on both gas and electric, right? To operate it on electric, there's a switch right here. See this rocker switch on the lower left-hand corner? It's off now, like it should be. And then, of course, the switch for the gas is inside. Now, make sure that there's water in the water heater tank before you actually turn it on, or you'll damage it. So this is the drain plug and the anode rod. It screws right into here. Takes 1 1/16" 6-point socket. Right now it's drained for the winter because it is winterized. But just make sure before you turn in the spring, before you turn the water heater on, you make sure you fill it up. Okay. All right. That's your dump hose right there, and there's also a reducer right here for your shore cord. Your dump valves are right here. There's 3 of them right there, 2 gray and a black. Okay. Now with the black tank, if you want to flush the black tank, you can leave the valve open and then put the hose of the dump station right on this hookup right here, turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of the tank for you and clean it out and clean off the sensors. So like it says on the sticker, make sure the valve's open before you turn the water on. Okay. You got a 50 amp cord, plus you get reducer here to reduce it down to a 30, and then that little one I just showed you reduces it down to 20. Okay. This is your just a outside shower for kids and dogs and feet and whatever you need to hose down. This is your city water hookup here. This is the most common way to get water to the trailer, like I stated. You do have the city water or the fresh water tank fill on the other side, but the most common way is still this right here. This right here is the vent for the range hood. That's over the stove. So if you're going to vent to the outside using the fan and the range hood vent, you have to. There's some thumb holes right there. You just have to push the baffle up so the baffle will flap freely when you're venting. So keep in mind, if you want to vent to the outside, you got to free up that baffle. Otherwise, when you're traveling or storage, you just keep it shut. Okay. There's another. Let me see what we have here. To actually look to see it, you actually have this is an LP quick connect, but this one is connected for your slide room. So I don't know why they put that sticker there. It's not really, it doesn't really tell us anything we need to know. But okay, so this is signal through campground cable and satellite through. You have a power. Or excuse me, a backup camera. So this is let me back up. This is pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you want to add one on, you get the Furion camera that fits in that housing. And it's kind of a plug and play thing. It's very simple. Okay. Also, you have a ladder here, so you can inspect the roof very easily. The manufacturer states every 60 days you should inspect the roof. So somebody needs to go up there and look around, make sure there's no cracking or separation where the sealant is. You don't want water to get in. Make sure there's no damage to the roof attachments or to the roofing material that would be caused by, let's say, low branches or road debris flying up there, something like that. Odds are you want us to do anything, but still inspect it regularly because you want to stay ahead of things in case there is an issue. Okay, let's go inside. Okay. So, as soon as we walk in, we see this here. This is the power converter. So I'll open it over here. This converts AC to DC power. So you can see when you're plugged in, you have AC power down here. These are circuit breakers like you'd have at home, 110 AC. And then you have, they're all labeled here, right? And then up here you got 12 volt fuses. So the power is converted from AC to DC here. So you got 12 volt DC, and those are all labeled fuses too. Also, this is a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged in, it's going to sense how much energy your battery up front needs and has, and keep it charged up for you. Of course, when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle or your tow vehicle's alternator will charge the battery through the charge line. When you're plugged in, this charges your battery. Okay. All right. First of all, dinette table must be down when the slide out is retracted. We've got it down right now. If you leave it up, it'll hit this thing here. It won't damage it, but eventually it might. But so make sure you always put that in the down position when you're traveling. Okay, so you have your power awning right here. Never leave the awning out unattended. You can see there it is right there. Never leave it out unattended so it doesn't get damaged by the weather. You have 3 slide rooms and 3 buttons here. These are lights here. To turn your water heater on gas, I showed you the electric switch, which is in the lower left-hand corner outside. This is the gas here. There's the fault light. Okay. The water pump is right here. Remember I told you the water pump is used to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. And then you have your levels here. Your battery's charged, freshest, empty, black, and gray 1 and gray 2. So the last one I don't believe you have any. You can read your manual, but I don't think the last one is used. I think just the black and the 2 grays. Okay? Alrighty. So, as we turn the corner, this device down here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green. If it's not green, get it serviced. It's very important, obviously. If it goes off, it's detected carbon monoxide or LP gas, so take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off at the front, figure out what's going on. And if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you your battery's low. It should always be green. If not, get it serviced. Okay. Your thermostat is just a simple analog thermostat. 1 click to the right is heat. 2 clicks or from off, 2 clicks to the left is air conditioning. 1 click to the left is your fan, which is just the air conditioner running without the compressor, so it just circulates air. Always run it on auto fan. That's the best way to run it. Okay. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood. Here I showed you the vent on the outside. Remember I told you about the baffle on it. So if you're going to run the fan, you're going to have to open that up. You got a light here. Okay, I don't know if he's got the gas on, so if it doesn't light, well, I'll just talk you through it. But so this is the sparker. You turn this clockwise to spark. Then you have 3 knobs here for the 3 burners. Then this one is for the oven. So let's see if he's got. No, it looks like he's got it shut off here. Okay, so obviously you're just going to turn it to high and spark it and it will light. Okay. Now, when it comes to the oven, you're going to, it's got a pilot light that's all the way at the bottom at the back. So you're going to turn the knob to the picture of the flame and then you depress it, right? Keep it depressed during the whole lighting procedure. You spark it by turning that clockwise until you see the pilot light down here light. Here, maybe I could show you where it's at by sparking it. And anyway, once it lights, you're still holding it in. Once it lights, and then after it lights, you leave it, you hold this in for another 10 seconds or so to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature. It cycles as nothing does. When you shut it off, the flame goes out and so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Let me try again, see if... No, there's no gas on. Okay, always keep this shut when you're traveling. The refrigerator is a 12-volt DC refrigerator. Nothing really different about it except it runs on 12-volt DC instead of 110 AC. Always keep this latch in that position so it doesn't get damaged, so the door doesn't get damaged. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, so your fireplace is a space heater, so you have buttons right here, on and off, of course. Then you can adjust the flame, you can adjust the crystals, and then here, see it says low and high, that's the fan speed, so you can adjust the fan speed there. It also has a timer on it, so it's a good space heater. It will take the chill out of the trailer. So, okay. When it comes to your sound here, you have basically you have AM/FM radio. You have Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. It has a USB here, so you could put all your albums or whatever on one stick and take them with you. This one down here is an HDMI in. So if you wanted to add like a portable Blu-ray player, you would go right into the system there. It has 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does a lot. And then of course the TV is just a TV. It's on a swivel bracket. If at any point you see, let me look at this one here. It's probably in the bedroom, but this one will lock into place. So you just give it a push here. There we go. So it does lock into place. Alrighty. So here you pull the cushions off of this, and this is a hide-a-bed. So you grab it down here, you fold it out, drop the legs, drop the panel into place, and you got a three section hide-a-bed. You have theater seats here with remotes. Your keys are right here, of course. Let me look here. Let me go to the front before we do the bathroom. Okay. So this is what I was looking for. For the television or anything with the antenna, you want this on. It's that green light tells us the digital signal booster is on. You can shut it off, but you won't get a good picture, so you always want that on. Okay. This is telling you it's pre-wired for a public Wi-Fi signal booster. Basically, if you were to do it, you will have an antenna on the roof, and then this would lead to a router, which you would set here somewhere. If you're interested, you can go to their website and look at the different options. Okay. This is, like I said, it's storage right now, but it can be used for a washer and a dryer, stackable or a combo. Okay, just so you know, this is where there's 4 screws here on this panel. This is where you find the uptake hose for the antifreeze. If you want to winterize the trailer, that's where you would do it, right down there. Okay, let me just look under here and see if that crank's here. Boy, that crank is elusive. Oh, maybe, oh, there it is. All right, there they are. So, come on now. I got one hand here, I'm having a hard time. I gotta set this down for a second. Okay. Sorry about that. My camera works bad as it is. But this is the 3/4 one you would use on the power tongue jack. And this one here is the one that goes over the shaft with the pin through it. So for the slide rooms and for the power stabilizer jacks, you would use this one. You can see it's got a cylinder with a slot cut in it, and that shaft with a pin through it would fit right in there. Okay? Alright, so let me look around here a little farther. Bathroom. Let me get a light here. So the sink and the shower work like any other sink and shower. You see there's antifreeze in the system right now because it's winterized. The toilet, you always have to remember it's an RV toilet, and it's antifreeze coming out. The black tank is directly below, right? And it's empty right now, of course, because it's a brand new trailer. So the thing is, you can't use this dry. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you come in here, you put 1 dose of chemical into the bowl, step on the pedal, and because you hooked up the water, water will come swirling in, and you stand on it long enough to put about a gallon or so of water in there, along with the chemical. Some people use more water, but use at least a gallon, and then you're all set. You can't use it dry because the smell will be terrible, plus it can get clogged up. So always, let's say you're going to stay at the campground for another week, but you had to dump your black tank because you're going to use it, and now it's empty because it's dumped. You'd repeat that procedure. A dose of chemical and a gallon of water. Okay? You have a vent here, a fan, powered vent. That's good for in the winter when if you're trying to clear condensation. If you got a lot of people over, it's that time of year where you're getting condensation from their breath. You can turn that on and it'll pull it right out. Okay. I think we've covered it. Let me look around real quick here. I think we've got it. There are a few more things, but the storage I don't go through. That's just the pantry there. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting your roof. That's very important. People, generally speaking, don't inspect it enough. So every manufacturer says every every 60 days, so you just want to keep after it, okay? And right now this trailer is winterized, so the water's been purged from the system, replaced with antifreeze. The water heater is bypassed and empty. Remember, never turn on the water heater without water in the water heater tank, okay? Thank you very much.